Hi, I'm James Brannan. I'm a professional hypnotherapist based in London, in West and Central London, and this video is about answering frequently asked questions about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. The first question, which is a good question to kick it off, very general question, is hypnosis safe? And the answer to that is an absolute resounding yes. If you find someone who knows what they're doing, you really should find someone qualified who specializes in hypnotherapy. If you go to someone who's just read a book or someone who doesn't have any qualification and they've just found an article on hypnosis and you do some of that with them, that could be really taking quite a risk because you need to know what you're doing. And if you give suggestions in a negative statement in hypnosis, then that could point your brain in a wrong direction. It could really be detrimental to you. One thing that's done in hypnosis sometimes is called regression, where you go back into the past. And if you were just to guide someone back into a past traumatic memory, just for the sake of re-experiencing it, that could kick up a lot of negative thoughts and feelings and maybe issues. So you've got to know what you're doing there. And the way I do regression is guiding someone back so that they have a great element of control at how close they get to that past experience, so they can get a distance from it and feel and be safe from it. Only going back, by the way, to learn something positive so that they shift out any negative connections to an event that affected them and that still has some effect on them. So that's very important to realize. It's very important to go to someone who knows what they're doing. Next question. Can anyone go into hypnosis? Well, the answer to that is as long as you have normal brain functioning and you don't have any detrimental condition in your mind, then yes, you can go into hypnosis. If you can follow instructions and you're at least, lower to average intelligence, yes, you can go into hypnosis. We do all the time anyway because we hallucinate things in the future. We're going to do something and we imagine, okay, doing this is going to lead to what? Let's say I paint this room, what's it going to look like? Or we have a party here at this place. Where can we put things? How will that work for people? We have to sort of hallucinate future outcomes in order to make good decisions now. And we do that so frequently. That is a hypnotic state. So yes, we can go into hypnosis, all of us. Next question. Can you get stuck in hypnosis? Is a frequently asked question. And the answer to that is no, you can't get stuck in hypnosis. The longest I've had with a client when they've gone into a really deep hypnotic state is a few minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes coming out of hypnosis, which seemed like a long time to me. But usually it's just a minute or a matter of seconds to bring a client out of hypnosis. You can't get stuck in it any more than you can get stuck asleep. Next question. Can I be made to say or do anything against my will? That's frequently asked, and rightly so. And the answer is no. Now that question comes to a sort of control element where in stage shows and TV entertainment hypnosis shows, there's a perception given that the hypnotist is this sort of Svengali magician who controls their subject, the person on the stage. And that is done for entertainment purposes. It's not so much a matter of control, but it is a matter of influence, and it's not going against their will, it's with their will. The person wants to be entertaining, wants to entertain the audience to be part of this good, positive experience. They don't want to grate against the hypnotist. So no, you can't do anything against somebody's will. You can do things that are with that person's will, and that's the good news about that. Next, will I be aware of what's said? Most of the time, probably yes, but some of the time, maybe no. Consciously, we might drift a little bit. However, the important thing to know is when you're in hypnosis, your unconscious mind has all of its safety features still in place. It doesn't make us dumb or stupid in some way. The unconscious mind is very protective, very intelligent, and if the hypnotherapist was to say something untowards, then that would flag up from your unconscious mind a conscious awareness. It would kind of kick in and say, hang on, something's wrong, become more aware. So it doesn't make you any less protected or safe. Next, will I what will happen in a hypnotherapy session? Well, just as a very quick overview, the first thing is to understand what it is that you'd like to change. So the hypnotherapist will ask you lots of really good questions that elicit details about whatever's been a problem or whatever you want improvement in, to understand what's going on at the moment, so what can change, and then also to get your take on the solution. What would you like to happen instead? What would that be like? What would you see? What would you hear? What would you experience if you had it as you wanted? So there's a sort of interview process which should be quite enjoyable and quite relaxing and very valuable in terms of taking the right information. Then the hypnotherapist might do some techniques to loosen up the old pattern of negative response, and then the hypnotherapy part of the process really consolidates the change that's wanted. So that's a brief overview. And next question is, how many sessions will I need? Well, that does depend on what you really want and what the either problem is or challenge is or area that you want to improve is. I do a 2-session program for stop smoking, but I also offer a 3rd session as a follow-up session to consolidate the changes as well. So that's that. For things like phobias, usually between 2 and 4 sessions, usually an average of 3 sessions to help remove and stop a phobia from occurring. Other things like sports improvement or continual improvement, you might want more sessions for. Each session builds on the last and reinforces it, and it continues helping you to get more and more of what you want. So it very much depends on what it is. Finally, is everything confidential? Absolutely, and that's part of the agreement that I, as such, sign through being contracted to help you. I offer total confidentiality, and anything that's said to me, I do not share with anybody unless you particularly say that that's okay to do so. If I was to ask for a testimonial and you gave me what to say, then I'd only display that. So everything's very confidential, absolutely. So hopefully these frequently asked questions have for you been helpful in terms of hearing back answers to them. If you have any other questions at all, and you're quite likely to, please give me a call. You can see the telephone number on my website. If you're on my website, jamesbrannan.co.uk, or just go to the contact page and send me a message. I'd be delighted to talk to you and to answer any questions that you've got. And I hope this has been helpful. Bye for now.